Hi, everyone. I'm Marty Harger, and I am excited to speak with you today about the ideas available to you in doTERRA to incorporate the oils in a yoga practice and to share some ideas about how you can bring the doTERRA essential oils into the yoga community to build your doTERRA team. So there are a few things I want to go through today, but first let me just give you a little background about myself. I have been using the doTERRA essential oils for 12 years now, and about 5 years ago, I partnered up with some of my teammates and we created as co-authors a book called the EssentialYoga Program. And it's designed to help you introduce doTERRA essential oils in a monthly workshop format, and it offers you 12 different themes. It's a really cool book, and a lot of people have used it all over the world to introduce doTERRA to people in the yoga community. Now, I've really spent a lot of my emphasis over the last few years building my team in the yoga world and supporting people who are yoga studio owners, yoga teachers, and people who, like myself, love to practice yoga and want to incorporate the doTERRA essential oils into their life and into their yoga practice. So today I thought it might be helpful if I could just take a few minutes and just to get everybody on the same page here, if I would talk a little bit about yoga. And I would like to share with you a deeper look at the program itself and the purpose of specifically doTERRA's Yoga Collection essential oils. And I want to talk about each of these oils and help you learn a little bit more about them and how you can be using them in your life right now to help you be at a more happy place. This is a little challenging time that you may be listening to this and in our society, and it's important to have tools that we can turn to support us in that journey. So first of all, let me explain that I'm going to end up the talk today talking a little bit specifically to the business builders out there who are introducing doTERRA or sharing doTERRA in the yoga community. And I want to give you some suggestions for our new online world and some ideas about how you can continue to grow your business in that area. But let me start out with this. I am going to focus on the yoga collection today. And in talking about these specific essential oils, this kit was introduced by doTERRA in 2017. And these are primarily emotional tools. They're emotional blends. And there are 3 of them. They all begin with the letter A, which can be a little confusing at times, but they are Align, Anchor, and Arise. And those are the 3 blends that we're going to talk about today. So why is yoga right now such a great thing to be taking a look at? I want to first speak to you personally about this. Yoga, by the way, is a philosophy. It is definitely not a religion. So I want to make sure that you know that really what you're embracing are some fundamental ethics of being a human being in this world that are taught through yoga. And yoga is really made up of a couple of things. It is the union of mind and body together, and it is the combination of how we can bring in techniques that help us calm and relax ourselves and bring about that rest and digest reaction instead of the stress, fight, or flight. And right now in our world, this can't be a more important time to have some kind of a daily practice in your life that brings you to the place of rest and digest, or the parasympathetic response. So what we find in yoga is that we're combining meditation and movement is often referred to as asana practice, and so you may have seen that word, A-S-A-N-A, asana. So we have meditation is one of the components, movement or asana is a component, and the third piece of yoga practice is breath work or pranayama, which is the idea of controlling the breath to try to synchronize our breath with our movement. And as we do this, it makes us pay more attention to the moment. It makes us more present in the moment. And this is something that helps us push away distractions of things that are going on in our lives. And it's a very, very helpful tool I have found over the years as I've brought this into my own life on a daily basis. So when we talk about practice, the word practice is such a great word because it's kind of like how we use the essential oils. It is a practice to learn about using essential oils, and it's absolutely a practice in yoga where we are focused on deepening our understanding of our own self, our own being, our own self-awareness. And, you know, the fundamental concepts of yoga have been outlined in ancient texts and they have been around for thousands and thousands of years. More recently, in the Western world, we talk about, you know, the North America area, we have really adapted some of these principles and brought them into yoga studios. We've brought them into fitness centers, we've brought them into outdoor festivals and arenas, and very recently we've continued to bring yoga in a big way into the online world. So yoga is not a fitness activity, although it can be if it's taught in a certain style. It does, though, help you with balance, it helps you with strength, your respiratory health, and it helps with your peace of mind and flexibility. So these are all very good things, right? All things that we can use in a healthy wellness lifestyle. And yoga is very subtle on how it will affect you over time. What my personal experience has been, as well as many people I know, is that as we do a daily practice, slowly but surely, it really does accumulate its impact in our heart and our mind and make us more at ease with the world, and more relaxed. And I think right now we all need a little bit more of that. So it's certainly, there's lots of ways to get exercise, like physical fitness, and you can go for a run, you can lift weights at home, but you can use your yoga practice to really deepen your awareness of yourself and to continue to that path of self-awareness and self-understanding. Now is such a great time to be starting a home yoga practice, and to really deepen that practice using the doTERRA essential oils is such a wonderful combination, the oils with the yoga practice daily. And this is a way to, by bringing the oils in, we can really help ourselves to keep our head on the mat, if you know what I mean. So on a yoga mat, instead of worrying about what's going on around us in the household or what it is that's going on in the world, we can just focus on where we are at the time and how we can really focus on our breath, focus on calming our mind, and the actual specific movements that we're doing. So my suggestion, if you've not already started a yoga practice, is that you really seriously think about this opportunity that we have being at home and see if you can't find something even online. There are lots of free introductory yoga programs online. There are things like chair yoga, where you're actually sitting in a chair like I am now and you're moving your body. And I'll tell you something, it's more exercise than you may think. You're going to get more movement than you think. But there's some really great ones online on YouTube. Also, restorative yoga. Restorative yoga is about something that is calming and helps you restore your peace of mind. And another type of yoga you could look for is gentle flow yoga, flowing along. So it's going to be slow movement and you can follow along quite easily. So chair yoga, restorative yoga, and gentle flow yoga would all be things that are not only great to start, but they're great for all levels of yogis. And you know why? Because everybody needs to slow it down right now. If you want to like kick out your energy, maybe going for a walk or a run would be a great thing to do. But in terms of coming to peace and finding within you a place of wholeness, a place of self-awareness, there isn't anything that I know of that has really been able to bring all those components together of the mind, body, and spirit as what you can do in a yoga practice. So with that, I want to talk about why we bring the essential oils in, and I'm going to introduce you to each of the yoga kit oil blends and talk about what makes each of them so unique and special, and a great tool for anybody to be using, not just those who practice yoga. So why bring the essential oils into your yoga practice? Well, first of all, when we are using the essential oils in yoga, we are typically diffusing them in a diffuser in our home, or we are putting them on our body topically. And if you're doing this in a self-applied way in a home practice, you're going to probably want to put those essential oils somewhere like from your shoulders up so you can smell the aroma and take in the value of aromatherapy. So I like to put them behind my neck. Sometimes I put them behind my ears, sometimes on my chest or shoulders. Sometimes if I have a shirt on or a yoga top on, I'll just put it right on the fabric. I've even put it in my hair sometimes, or the third eye, we call it, right here in the middle of the forehead. So, you know, these are some great ways to have the oil aroma around you as you are practicing or moving your body or sitting in meditation and working with your breath work. So let's talk about this yoga collection kit now in terms of what oils you might want to start out with. And this kit was launched by doTERRA in 2017 with the help of Elena Brower. And Elena Brower is a marvelous international yoga teacher. She is a lovely human being. And if you ever get an opportunity to practice with her right now, you definitely can online. And she has some wonderful programs. She's actually a double presidential diamond in doTERRA. And she's worked really, really hard to get to that business success in doTERRA, which definitely supports the practice that she loves and gives her a chance to be free about offering yoga and different types of programs and meditation to people. But what I love about the yoga collection is the fact that we have 3 different blends in here that Elena Brower helped to kind of the chemistry and the alchemy of putting together a beautiful blend of essential oils. She played a really key role in that with doTERRA, and all 3 of these blends are diluted with fractionated coconut oil. So they're packaged in this really beautiful package, and I just want to show you this. So hopefully it'll focus on this, but the outside of it, you can see at the top has this cute little drip of oil, and it's like a little yogi sitting there with their legs crossed. On the back, you'll see a beautiful description of each of the oils. You'll also note that it's in this lovely package, so it makes a nice gift box. And inside is a quote from our beautiful Emily Wright, one of the founders of doTERRA, and it says, "The body achieves what the mind believes." And this is actually, she didn't write that quote, someone else did, but she helped introduce this line and is a big fan of it as well. So as you can see, there are these 3 different blends here. They each have a real pretty label that are sort of glossy. And if you don't already have this collection, I would encourage you to put this on your next loyalty reward program order, or talk to somebody who can help introduce you to doTERRA if you are not already using our oils. So here's a couple of things to know, first of all, before I jump into each one of the blends. And that is that because these yoga collection oils are diluted with fractionated coconut oil, and because in yoga we often do postures where we're standing or we're using our hands on the yoga mat, the oil that's in here, not the essential oils, but the carrier oil, can be very slippery. So when you apply them topically in your practice, please make sure that you rub them into the tissue of your body very, very well, so that you don't have a slippery surface when you do a downward dog, boom, off you go, right? I've actually done that. That's why I'm saying it. So, okay, so let's take a look at these 3 blends, and let me tell you a little bit about them. If you have them there with you, please feel free to pull them out. I want to show you, first of all, the Align blend, and I hope that this will focus. I think if I do it like that. Yeah, there we go. So the Align blend, and this is a beautiful combination. It's called the Centering blend, and this is great for our quarantine kind of time because it's a combination of oils that help us stay centered and aligned with our highest purpose and our best self. And that is really fantastic. So the oils that are in this are bergamot, coriander, marjoram, peppermint, geranium, basil, rose, and jasmine. So we have the uplifting fruit in here of bergamot, or bergamot, depending on how you want to pronounce it. We have the heart-opening flower, oils of geranium, rose, and jasmine. And rose, as many of you know, is one of the most high vibrational oils that we have anywhere in the planet. It's such a precious oil, and it's a beautiful oil for opening your heart to all of the great things that you do have going on in your day, because being present is so much about what this is all about right now for all of us. It's really important that we pay attention to who we're with and what we're doing each day, and enjoy every day to the fullest right now. Okay, a couple of the other oils that are in the Align blend include the calming and soothing seed oil of coriander. Coriander is a great oil by itself, but in this blend it's lovely. Then there are also grounding or leaf oils of peppermint and basil, and this is again the Align Centering blend. So let me talk to you about that for a minute. This blend really helps us stay in emotional balance, the Align blend, the Centering blend. And that is because it is connecting us with the pure love that is inside of us. That's its purpose. It helps us take a gentle breath and to pause before we project our feelings on other people. So if you're in a household full of people, the Align blend diffused in your home or used on you as like a personal fragrance and in your yoga practice is going to really help encourage you to become more aware of the goodness in every person you encounter. Sometimes right now people feel a little short-tempered about things, and honestly, this Align blend is going to help you take a deep breath and recognize that it's time to be grateful and open-minded to the possibilities that we may actually learn something just by observing others. If we cultivate the patience inside of ourselves and we tune into what our heart versus our ego is telling us that we're supposed to say, I think you're going to find that this blend, the Align blend, is uplifting, it is supportive, and a very loving blend to include into your life and your yoga practice. Okay, let's go to the second blend, and that is the Anchor blend. So the Anchor blend has sort of this purple, kind of a purple, yeah, there it is, a purple label. And again, these are such pretty labels. They're sort of shiny and really pretty. So the Anchor blend is the steadying blend. And this is one that is kind of how I would describe it is, it's like the friendly lion in The Wizard of Oz. That's what I call the Anchor blend. I absolutely love this. It's actually my favorite. And it's because it brings out our ability to feel courage. And, you know, the friendly lion or the lion was all about courage. Oh, when you get these blends out, I hope you're taking a nice couple of deep breaths with it. You know, the reason this is such a great choice right now, the Anchor blend, is we need to steady ourselves. We need to anchor ourselves and have courage in what we're all facing. And this is a blend that helps steady the rocking boat that's happening in the world. You know how like you sort of think you're going down one path and all of a sudden something's changing on you? This is a great one for steadying, and it's different than the Balance blend because this one has the oils of lavender, cedarwood, frankincense, cinnamon, sandalwood, black pepper, and patchouli. This is honestly my favorite. I really like these heavier aromas. And what we find in this is that calming influence that you get from lavender, cedarwood, frankincense, sandalwood, and patchouli. And then we have the stimulating and uplifting spicy oils of cinnamon and black pepper. And then the historically meditative oils of frankincense. And specifically for the yoga community, used in India is sandalwood and patchouli. These are very high vibrational oils that we use for meditation: frankincense, sandalwood, and patchouli. So this is really a foundational blend where we anchor ourselves or tether ourselves to the world around us that might be shaking or shifting, and it's beyond our control. What we can control is what's going on inside of us, what's going on in our mind, what's going on in our heart. And what I love about this is it's giving us the courage to, in using it, to know that ultimately we have that choice. We have the choice in every moment of every day to choose how we're going to show up for other people and how we're going to spend the moments of time that we have. This is really, really helpful, I think, this blend, especially if you're feeling separated from some things that you love or uncertain about your present situation. Maybe you're not really sure about a job that you have or a family member or a dear friend or what's happening in your community. The Anchor Steadying Blend is a great tool to use aromatically or topically on the body and in your yoga practice because it helps you to turn inward and to realize that you can trust your intuition and trust the messages that your soul wants you to hear right now. Listen, because you know inside. And the Anchor blend is going to help you feel some of that. Okay, the third and final blend I want to talk about is the Arise Enlightening blend. And this comes in a little green label. It's a really pretty one. This is one that you use in enlightening. You want to rise up if you're not really truly living up to your potential. And some of you may say, well, I'm stuck in my house. How can I live up to my potential? Well, honestly, that comes from within your heart. It comes from within of who you are. And by using this blend Align, you're going to be able to tap into your inner knowing and your intuition. So if we take a couple of drops of this beautiful blend, you're going to realize that you have everything that you need to be magnificent in this lifetime. you get to choose how you're going to show up. And so when we talk about this enlightening blend, the Arise blend is designed to lift us up and bring us up from deep lower feelings up into our heart, and to really help us show up as our best self. Now, what I love about this is the combination of essential oils that are uplifting. They're light and they're happy. So if you're needing a little lightness, a little happiness, this combination of lemon and grapefruit, Siberian fir, osmanthus, and melissa has a couple of things to point out. First of all, citrus oils of lemon and grapefruit together, always uplifting. Citrus, if you need to bring up your spirits. If we're looking for something aromatically, the osmanthus flower, which comes from China, is a beautiful fragrance, and it's inside this blend. And then we have Melissa essential oil, again, a really high vibrational oil, along with rose, sandalwood, frankincense. These combinations that are in these blends are just incredible. And the Siberian fir is a conifer tree, and this is a tree that helps us to ground the blend. If it was all citrus oils, it would just float off. But this Siberian fir helps us anchor these lighter aromas and bring more depth to them, so they don't just float away, and we don't either. So when we align ourselves, or when we arise, we are. Oh, I think I showed you the wrong blend. Anyway, it's the orange label, Arise, which would make sense because of the citrus. The Arise blend is one that we can use during the day. Use it in our yoga practice. If you're feeling it, especially if you're feeling a little bit disconnected spiritually, or you're feeling overburdened and you really need to return to joy, I would encourage you to get out the Arise blend and bring that optimism back into your day. Tap into your intuition and know that you are divinely loved. You are divinely guided. And if you tune in and quiet your mind with meditation, with breath work, with that ability to move your body with breath through asana practice and pranayama, you have a way that you can each day, even if it's 10 minutes, you have a chance to quiet yourself and really listen to what's going on for you at this time. So, with these oils and these blends in the yoga collection, you have a powerhouse set of tools for your emotional well-being right now. I hope that you'll really consider using them, pulling them out, and helping yourself become that feeling of being anchored, that feeling of steadiness, of centering yourself with alignment, aligning with your purpose, and also arising or enlightening, really thinking about the best way that you want to show up for now in this time in our world. So that yoga collection is excellent. So for those of you who are interested, I'd like to tell you a little bit about some ideas for you in terms of business building. And I wanted to mention, and this is for anybody in any part of the doTERRA business or people who are interested in doTERRA at all that use the oils. I mentioned earlier that I am one of the co-authors of this book called the EssentialYoga Program. And at the end of my talk, I'm going to put up a little slide and you'll be able to see where you can get this. But this book has really been fantastic. We've sold thousands and thousands of these all over the world. And people have been teaching classes in studios and in gatherings of groups, which we know is not okay right now. So I do want to tell you that I'm going to give you some ideas in just a few minutes that are helpful to bring some of these concepts online and how you can make this work for you. But this book, the Essential Yoga Program, is a doTERRA licensed book. We've got all the different brand names in there. You can see the tools and things. And you can also get it as an ebook, which is very helpful if you like to use a book immediately and you don't have to have the paper and you don't have to have it shipped to you. Just depends on what you prefer. For people that are interested in learning more about using the essential oils, every week I record and put on a Facebook page called Essential Yoga with Marty Harger, and soon on an Instagram page and on the YouTube channel. I have a little, 10-minute training about using the essential oils in yoga, and I hope that you'll look for that on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. It's Essential Yoga with Marty Harger. And then also I just wanted to mention, available again to anybody who's interested, I have a very in-depth program that helps people who are interested in building a business in doTERRA from any team on focusing in the yoga community. I have a lot of detailed ideas, scripts. I have marketing information, special training for everybody in that program, and that's called the Essential Yoga Academy, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute too. So let's talk about the business for a minute here. First of all, I want to just comment that yoga teachers and yoga studio owners hold significant influence over their students. You know, yoga students are often looking to their teachers for guidance, not just on their yoga practice, but they're also looking for ideas about what does the yoga teacher do for, like, what do they eat? Or what are they wearing? What kind of jewelry do they have on? Where do they travel? They're really looking at them as influencers. And this is something that has been really an interesting thing, because yoga has become an industry, at least in the Western part of the world, and it's really going through a huge change right now. Because if we think about it, you know, this is yoga has been something that's been practiced in group settings in the United States for 50, 60, 70 years minimally, and certainly all over the world in group settings, as well as in private at home. And but the change in this is really different. So what's happening is, right now, the business building ideas that we've all perhaps been using to share doTERRA through the yoga community in person, we need to adapt them to a 100% online world. So if you live in a warm climate, and when that time of year reaches you, and if you are allowed to practice social distancing or physical distancing, you can teach classes and workshops outside in the park. It might be you need a microphone, but you could have a large group of people in a circle or spread quite out on a lawn. And you can take every single thing that I've suggested or taught over the years and your own ideas. Again, some of the things on the... Okay, I am going to continue on. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty there. So I was just going to say that I had some of these ideas that I have on my Facebook page and YouTube channel, or things I've had on there for, you know, several years now. Please feel free to take those into consideration, and you can absolutely be using those in environments where your yoga community is gathering together. But in case you are now completely in the online world of communication, as we are here in where I live, there are a few things that you can use to build your business with some pre-planning, and it's really all about that outreach and marketing. And we have to really reach out quite a bit more. We don't get to just show up as a yoga teacher and have people come to our class automatically, right? We have to go seeking, and this is a little bit different for people. So the ways that we do that is we use social media, we use email, we use actually physical mail, we use phone, we text people, we can do Marco Polo, there's all kinds of tools. But the point of this is we need to learn to leverage different forms of one-way communication, so from you outward. And then the purpose of that one way is to create two-way dialogue and communication, right? So this is how we lead to oil experiences, as we start getting dialogue going with people, how they're going to learn more about the oils, how they're going to enroll with us, how they're going to get on the loyalty reward program, and how they're going to tap into continuing education and programs that we offer. So I'm still working through this myself. But overall, this week, my sense is that yoga teachers and studios, right now, they've lost their income, okay? So when you ask somebody who has just lost everything that they've worked for to step into doTERRA and get some essential oils, you may have to rethink that a little bit. So honestly, right now, they may not have a lot of money, but they do have some other things, right? Yoga teachers and studio owners right now have time, and they have contacts, and the most important thing that they have and always will have is influence. And as those of you who are building a business in the doTERRA community know, I know for me as a Blue Diamond team leader in doTERRA, I know that influence is a huge piece of what makes a successful business builder. Everyone has influence over someone. They may not think they do, but you know, yoga teachers and studio owners have tremendous influence over their students and the people that have frequented their to practice with them and grown and learned with them. So you can help these people, and they really need your help right now. Teachers and studio owners need an income. They want to get back to what they love to do. So You can help them use the time they have and the contacts they have and the influence that they have in partnership with you. And you can help them create fast start income. You can help them create commissions and bonuses and get to a rank where they're building some serious residual income. I know that's how I started with doTERRA as a wellness center owner and a massage therapist 12 years ago when I got involved in doTERRA. It was the recession that made me have the incentive, the need financially to step into something different that wasn't something I'd ever done before. And I never in a million years figured I would be where I am today, which is so incredibly grateful for what has happened for me with doTERRA over the years. A lot of hard work, but it has been an incredible backup income initially and now my primary income. And I really, really have benefited from that, as I know many of you have as well. So again, there's two kind of key approaches I guess I want to share with you today that you can do in building your business in the yoga community right now if you're interested. Especially until the time that the quarantine ends, this kind of approach might be helpful. First of all, one of the things you need to do is to combine forces with a yoga teacher and help them launch their doTERRA business now. And the reason that now is important for them is because they have just recently stopped seeing their students face to face. So what do they have that you can help them to get started? Well, they have student names, emails, and phone numbers, right? They have a community that misses them desperately and really wants to connect with them now. They have a community that wants to keep learning. And it maybe isn't the same kind of asana practice learning that they've been doing. It could be something different. Maybe they're going to be learning about more of the deeper philosophy of yoga from the teacher. And that's what the teacher is going to share online. So, there's lots of things happening in the yoga community daily right now, but a community that is focused, as it is, in being healthy, it's focused on wellness lifestyles, or people who want to learn about them. Those are the people that are loyal students that are following their teachers and following their studio owners. So what do you have that you can help these people with? Well, first of all, of course, you've got the essential oils, but also you know how to use Zoom and how to have an account and have classes taught on a live, either live on Zoom or recorded. You have a healthy wellness lifestyle class series that you can teach. You know a lot about essential oils. You have oils you can sample people. You can, yes, there's some mailing costs in that, but you could send these samples out to people ahead of time and help the teacher then offer these students a chance to experience those oils, whether these are study participants or if they are people who are going to be attending an online class or workshop. And you have the marketing know-how to get people excited about the kind of material that can be shared with them. So again, I go back to this, that a yoga teacher or studio owner is going to be putting things out that they believe are in the best interests of their students. They need income now, and they have an ability to have influence over others. So you want to be able to help them tap into that by bringing in your skills to match the connections that they have and help them offer information and education to their students now. The second idea I have for you is you can host an Essential Yoga Program workshop online with a yoga teacher partner. So partner up with an online yoga teacher and promote an Essential Yoga Program workshop. It really wouldn't be that hard. You just give people a deadline when they need to register and they prepay for the class. You're collecting addresses and you'll send them samples of the oils that you'll introduce during the workshop. And as I mentioned, the book outlines 12 unique workshops and there's 6 oils and blends introduced in each workshop. So it's a great way to introduce people to doTERRA. They can do it at home. You can get them little mini samples, the 1/4 drams or 1/8 drams, put them in a little package and mail them off. And you actually include the cost of that in your workshop fee. It could be a great way to do a fundraiser, to raise money for the community. There's lots of ways you could be creative with that. But part of this is you would teach it via Zoom. And with the Zoom technology, you can have 2 people on screen at once. One can be the yoga teacher and one can be the essential oil enthusiast. and together you teach an Essential Yoga Program workshop. It's a great idea, and it's really a lot of fun and could be something new and different that they could offer to their students to keep people engaged in something different, exciting, and interesting, and a great way to experience the oils. In fact, you could introduce the yoga collection to them. That would be a great workshop to offer. So, lots of different ideas. I've talked about a lot of things in this talk today. I just want to encourage you, if you're interested in the yoga community, that you do your homework and your research first before approaching people. Check out their studio website, check out what they've got posted, what are they offering online already. Do a little Google searching, a little Facebook, a little Instagram. What can you learn before you talk to them? What are they already teaching online? Are they already involved in doTERRA? And do they have a need? Do they have a need to keep their studio going? Are they excited about that? Then pick up the phone or email and get the ball rolling. So I hope that these ideas have been helpful for you. I did want to share with you, again, on my Facebook page and Instagram pages, I do have weekly some different tips and ideas about how to help bring essential oils, doTERRA's oils, into the yoga community and into your yoga practice. So I hope that you'll go looking for that. I do want to just take a second and share on my some of the contact information in case you're interested in it and want to get a hold of me. These are some of the programs that I have available. So you'll see on the left the YouTube, Facebook, and I just, in fact, this week added Instagram. It's called Essential Yoga with Marty Harger, so note that. Would love to have you be friends or followers and subscribe and get the scoop off of YouTube each week. Also, the Essential Yoga Program book or ebook can be purchased from Amazon or from Aroma Tools. And then if you're really interested and seriously interested in the business builder aspect of approaching the yoga community, I have a really, honestly, an excellent and very in-depth program that you can tap in online. You can find details about that on my website, martyharger.com. Please feel free to email me or call me. I love talking about doTERRA essential oils and yoga. And I hope that you will take a screen capture of this or take down some notes of how to get a hold of the tools that you need to help bring doTERRA essential oils into the yoga community. So for those of you who join me to learn more about the oils for your practice, about how you can use the doTERRA yoga collection, this beautiful combination of 3 blends in today's world, and how they can benefit you and your family, I thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that are interested in learning more about bringing the doTERRA oils into the yoga world, let's do this together. It's a whole new thing now in the online community, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you in any way that makes sense. Thank you so much for joining me today, and as we say as we close a yoga practice, namaste. And namaste means that the light in me reflects the light in you, and when we are both in that place, we are one. Thank you so much, everybody. Namaste. Be well. Thank you.